Hello friends, welcome to a new topic today. In this chapter, let us now learn about the next group of disorders, which is personality disorders. So what is personality? Personality is the dynamic organization within an individual. How the individual thinks, how the individual reacts with other persons, how the individual talks with other persons, how does he think. All this comes under personality. In the personality there are five broad dimensions of personality traits. So these five broad dimensions include: one, we have openness to experience, that is curiosity and novel seeking is seen in this. And then conscientiousness, that is how well and how organized, how disciplined they are, or how disorganized they are. Then extraversion is sociability or talkativeness or preference in group activities. Then agreeableness is cooperation to others. Then neuroticism is tendency to experience unpleasant emotion. So mainly there are five broad dimensions or personality traits, which include openness to experience, which is curiosity or novel seeking; conscientiousness, that is organized or disciplined; extraversion, which includes sociability, talkativeness or preference of group activities; agreeableness, which is cooperative for others; neuroticism, tendency to experience unpleasant emotions easily, which includes emotional stability. Okay, what is personality disorder? Personality disorder is abnormal disorder or abnormal behavior which is seen. These personality disorders are seen in 10 to 20% of cases, and these are abnormal behaviors which are egosyntonic. They are agreeable to self. They feel that they are okay, they don't have any issues with themselves, right? So that is egosyntonic. Then what is the disorder which is ego dystonic? If you remember, I have already told a class about it, that is obsessive compulsive disorder. Obsessive compulsive disorder is ego dystonic, whereas these personality disorders are ego syntonic. What is the most common age group in which you see personality disorders? Personality disorders are most commonly associated with adolescents, and according to DSM-5 there are three clusters of personality disorders have been identified according to DSM-5, and they are divided into three clusters. One, that is cluster A, cluster B and cluster C. The cluster A is called as schizophrenia continuum. Cluster A, there is one more name which is called as schizophrenia continuum. That is, this is a type of disorder which is between the schizophrenia and normal personality disorder. Okay, so what are you going to see in this? The first type of cluster A is paranoid personality. So what is paranoid personality? So paranoid personality is, here they are excessively suspicious, they never trust others, they distrust others, they never trust others, they are suspicious, and they often complain to police, and they are extremely sensitive and keeps grudges for long period of time. They give lots of importance to themselves. Okay, so that is paranoid personality disorder. Okay, the second personality disorder which you see is schizoid personality disorder. The second type is schizoid personality disorder. What does schizoid personality disorder means? Schizoid is, they are detached from the social relationship. Okay, they are introverts and they are detached from social relationship. They always prefer being in solitary, or preferring their own activity. They live in themselves, they do not have lots of friends, and they have very few activities only give them pleasure, and they have little interest in sexual activities. So this is schizoid disorder. Actually this schizoid disorder has poor prognosis in schizophrenia. Among all these disorders, schizoid disorder is the one which has poor prognosis in schizophrenia. Then the next type of personality disorder is schizotypical personality disorder. What are these schizotypical personality disorder? These schizotypical personality disorder, these are odd, and they have extrinsic thinking, they have magical thinking, they always think in like they believe in many superstitions and fantasies and fears. They are just like a child. They have strange way of communication, and they also report illusions. Okay, this is schizotypical personality disorder. The next group of personality disorders are cluster B, or also called as attention seeking. So these are again divided into three types. The first type is narcissistic personality disorder. What is narcissistic personality disorder means? They give extreme importance to oneself, or self importance is more, and they believe that they are special and talented. They have fantasies that they have been successful. There is unlimited success, and they are unlimited powerful. They are the only one who are powerful, and they are the only one who are successful. That is their feeling. That is narcissistic personality disorder. They have fragile self esteem, and they are susceptible to depression. Okay, they boast off about themselves always. So these are the features about narcissistic personality disorder. The next personality disorder is histrionic personality disorder. In this histrionic personality disorder, the patients are always extroverted and they are dramatic. They are excitable, emotions, always wanted to be center of attention. They exacerbate everything about themselves. Okay, they give lots of attention to oneself, especially in physical appearance. They put lots of makeup, and they are sexually seductive too. So that is histrionic personality disorder. The next type of personality disorder is antisocial personality disorder. What does this antisocial or dissocial personality disorder means? That means they are indulged in some lawful behaviors, like they might be involved in theft or lying. They do not have guilt. Even though they commit crimes, they don't have any guilt or empathy about their mistake. They never learn from their mistake. They are most commonly associated with substance abuse disorders. They are most commonly associated with substance abuse disorders. The next group of disorder is the next group of personality disorder is borderline personality disorder. So what does borderline personality disorder says? See, they are always in the middle. They are in the borders. That means they are always in the state of crisis. Okay, this borderline personality disorder is the most common site or cause of suicide attempt. This is very important. This borderline personality disorders are the most common sites of cause of suicide attempt or parasuicide. What is the drug of choice? Drug of choice is giving high dose SSRIs are drug of choice. We can also use dialectic behavioral therapy in this borderline personality disorders. So what do you see in borderline personality disorders? In borderline personality disorders, they have significant mood swings. Just now they'll be very happy. Immediately, just after few minutes, they started crying. Okay, that is borderline personality disorders. They have very shallow emotions, and they have black and white view. That means they are excessively dependent on close persons, and they are hostile to close persons. They are like black and white. If they'll be excessively dependent on close persons, and if there is any problem, even a smaller and smaller, very smaller thing, very smaller issue, and they stop being friendship with them. Okay, that is, there are many unstable interpersonal relationships. They don't have proper stable relationships. They also do repetitive self-destructive acts like slashing of wrists, overdosage of medications. They never do. They either take overdosage of medications, slashing of wrists. That is, they have self-destructive acts. These slashing of wrists or overdosage of medications, all these is done either to express their anger or to elicit help from others. They are also impulsive in some areas, especially in spending and substance abuse. They are impulsive. They have low frustration or tolerance or coping up of skills. So all these are the features of borderline personality disorder. Then the last group of personality disorders are cluster C personality disorders, which again contains 3 different types of personality traits. So these include, number 1, avoidant personality disorder. In this avoidant personality disorder, here they are sensitive to rejection. They do not like if someone rejects them. They are excessively sensitive to rejection, and they are afraid that they would be criticized or rejected in social situations. Okay, and these in avoidant personality disorder, they are not willing to enter into a relationship. Okay, so that is avoidant personality disorder. Then the next personality disorder is dependent. Dependent, as the name says, they are always dependent on others. Then the next personality trait is obsessive compulsive personality disorder or anarchistic personality disorder. In this obsessive compulsive personality disorder or anarchistic personality disorder, they are always punctual, perfect, they follow rules and regulations. Okay, they are formal, they are always serious. Okay, so here in these patients there is increased risk of depression, but there is no risk of obsessive compulsive disorder in future. Though the name obsessive compulsive personality disorder is given, it is nowhere related to OCD. It is completely different from it. Here the only thing is they are punctual, perfect, they follow rules and regulations, they are systemic, moralistic, okay, formal and serious. That is obsessive compulsive personality disorder. Next, these personalities can also be divided, those are personality disorder. Okay, but now what about normal personality? Normal personalities can be divided into three types. We have A type of personality, B type of personality and D type of personality. In A type of personality, these are competitive, time urgency, okay, they are workaholics, always ambitious, okay, they are impatient. The risk factor for type A personalities is they are highly risk factor for coronary artery disease. They have high risk factor for coronary artery disease, whereas type B personalities are relaxed, they don't worry a lot. Okay, they are relaxed, they they have no competition, they does everything relaxedly. Whereas in type D personality disorder, they have negative affectivity and they have social inhibition. They are predisposed to develop coronary artery disease, especially recurrence of coronary artery disease is common in type D personality disorder. Okay, so these are the different types of personalities. Okay, now we have learned about personality in this chapter. In this topic we have learned about the personalities and personality disorders. Thank you guys for watching my lecture. In the next class we will learn about eating disorders. Thank you.